Voltage by Madison. Voltage is an electromotive force or potential difference expressed in volts, or V. So here's an analogy. Imagine a girl playing softball with sunflower seeds in her pocket, and she loses all of them when she gets back to home plate after hitting a home run. So to put numbers to this, the girl has 18 seeds in her pocket when she gets up to bat. Then, when she runs to first, she loses 8 seeds. Then when she gets to second base, she loses 6 seeds. And then when she gets to third base, she loses 4 more seeds, which add up to a grand total of 18 seeds. So what does voltage do? Voltage is the energy that powers the resistors. So voltage is basically what could power the light bulbs and turn them on, obviously in addition to current and the power of the battery. So here's an example. So I just made a series circuit with 3 different resistors. Number 1 is 100 ohms, then the second one is 50 ohms, the third one is 150 ohms, and then the battery is 6 volts. So the way you could solve this is first by finding the voltage by placing the voltmeter in parallel with the resistor you are measuring, and then calculate the current using its equation, which is I equals voltage over resistance. Or you can find the current of one resistor by using the ammeter, which means you have all of the currents because it's in series. The law says that the currents will be the same. Then once you get those currents, you can calculate each voltage by using the voltage equation, voltage equals current times resistance. So here's just showing how you could hook up the voltmeter, which you would put wires parallel to the resistor that you're measuring, which in this case I'm measuring the 100 ohms resistor. So I would connect one wire ahead of the resistor and one behind it. And then the voltmeter will measure the exact volts that is going through this resistor. And then to solve it, like I mentioned before, you can calculate its current using this equation, which is current equals voltage over resistance, because now you have the voltage of that first resistor, 100 ohms, and the resistance, 100 ohms. And then you can find the current, and like I mentioned before, you can then find the current of all the resistors. Then for the second option, you can get the current of one of the resistors, which means you can get all the currents of all the resistors. So to connect the ammeter, you have to break the circuit somewhere, and in this case I broke it between the battery and the first resistor. So connect one wire to the battery and then the other wire right before the resistor, and it'll get the current going into this certain resistor. And again, like I mentioned before, these will all have the same current. Then once you find that, you can get the voltage by using the voltage equation, which is voltage equals current times resistance, because I have the current now and the resistance, which will allow me to find the voltage through algebraic equation. So that is it for this video. I hope you learned something and can follow along with this example.